Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Hopefully you're doing well. Today we are going to talk about research proposal. In social sciences, research proposal has to follow a proper pattern which is given to us by our universities or the research institutes where we are enrolled. So research process starts with writing of a research proposal. Research proposal is a kind of outline or a map or a mind map or synopsis of the research work which we have to follow while writing any dissertation or thesis. So, the most important thing for writing a research proposal is the topic or the title of your study. The topic would determine the progress or the prospect or characteristics of feature. So topic will have two parts. First, it will have application area, which is a text or a field work, an experiment, any case study. In case of literature, it could be a novel, stories, poems, prose, or any other genre of literature. In case of linguistics, it could be the experiment, it could be a survey, it could be a case study. So one thing is application, but application has to ground itself in a theoretical perspective. So another one would be theory or theoretical framework, or to be more specific, conceptual framework. For instance, a topic is displayed before you: parallels of exploitation of nature and women, an ecofeminist analysis of God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. So here you see that parallels of exploitation of nature and women. In a way, it tells us about the interconnection or correlation of women and nature who are simultaneously exploited on the similar pattern or the same level. The second part is the analysis part, where we could delimit our work in the topic, we could delimit our work related to the writer, or we could delimit our work related to the works that are composed or created by the writer. So, first thing after creation of the title would be writing an abstract. As you're familiar, we have already talked in one of the previous lectures regarding uh, abstract and its value or the processes that it entails in another video that I have uploaded uh, previously. So, an abstract would have objectives, would have methods, would have framework, which would be further divided into variables, and the application of those variables in the form of analysis. And it will also have a properly well defined method. And then the last step would be related to the discussion, which would lead to the conclusion in the light of predetermined objectives. So, after composing the title and an abstract, next thing would be like the kind of introduction, which is very important for research work. Introduction is basically built on the background of the study which we are proposing or composing. So background of the study develops or builds the context, and normally we build the context or the background of the study from the theoretical perspective or the theory, or which highlights the problem. For instance, if we want to talk about subaltern studies, or if you want to talk about mimicry or third space or alienation or assimilation or abrogation or untouchables or any other type of conflict that occurs in post-colonial study. So we have to start it with the background of the theory, like the kind of clash or the conflict between the colonizers and the colonized people. And we will see that how that particular conflict emerged with the arrival of the settlers and with the arrival of the colonizers. So in a way, we could start with its emergence, or we could talk about the main proponent, such as Frantz Fanon, who in his books, The Wretched of the Earth or The Black Skin, White Mask, talked at length about, and after Fanon, Edward Said, in his Theory of Orientalism, also talked in detail about the background of this particular theory. So we are going to introduce our topic and our area. Next thing would be, after writing or building the background, is statement of the problem, or problem statement, or purpose statement. So we have to choose one heading which is appropriate or according to the given format. So we write or compose this section in order to state the problem which we are trying to resolve. The problem may be a real problem or a theory based problem that the researcher wants to explore. It is also possible to frame the problem of the research as a purpose statement. This will usually be the case for literature researchers, but it is not for exclusive use by literature researchers. Depending on the nature of your research, write a problem statement or purpose statement for your research work. The problem statement, purpose statement needs to be clear, concise, focused, measurable, achievable. And then we have to uh, take particular care about to establishing a clear and precise outline or guideline for our work. So in a way, problem would help us to find out the research objectives, and those research objectives would assist us to compose properly achievable research questions or hypotheses. So, in the light of those research questions, research objectives, research hypotheses, we would be able to formulate our framework, and we would also formulate our research method, theory, theoretical framework, conceptual framework, and later on analysis would also be done. So in this section, uh, state the objective of your study and the question that you want to investigate to answer through your research work. The objectives and questions need to be focused and precise and achievable. So they have to be very, very pertinent, and we do not need to be our ambitious and keep in mind the limitation of our context and the study. The questions have to be linked with the theoretical perspective that we have chosen. And in this section, we are going to establish what research matters and the state, and how that particular research contributes to the existing body of the field or the knowledge, which in a way would be the contribution of our research work. So, exploration of that particular topic, such as one topic the one which is written before you, the exploitation of women on the basis of economy. So, how capitalism leads to the exploitation. This could be one topic, and this could also give us the kind of problem statement, that how that problem is constructed in the social context. Similarly, underpaid, poor classes, transgenders, child labor, office workers, domestic workers, housemaids. So these are all problems. You have to first of all choose the problem carefully, and after careful selection, you would be able to compose, or you will be able to write the problem in detail, and that could build the context of your study as well. So after composing first chapter, which is the introduction, which would have salient features like abstract, and after abstract, background of the study, after background of the study, problem statement or purpose statements would be written, and then research objectives would be formulated, and on the basis of research objectives, which are broader, we are going to uh, carve or create research questions, and which would lead us to further selection of our research hypothesis. So, in a way, this study clearly mentions the background or establishes the context and the background of your study. So, I will stop this recording over here, and the next part would be visible in another lecture, which is related to literature review, methodology, and other sections, so that our video lecture should remain precise, and we could be able to identify what matters most. Thank you for your patience and for your listening.